Huh. Uh, Hello everyone, my name is Rela Dinesh from CSITA section. I am pursuing BTech in Institute of Aeronautical. Now we will see about the my tech talk concept in theory of computation is documentation is automation. In this PPT, we will see how the documentation is automation. Um, what is the use of this documentation? Now we will see the introduction. Documentation is Documentation is automation is a documentation is automation is a concept. Basically, it is a concept. It is an approach. Which emphasizes the importance of clear documentation in streamlining process by documenting procedures, systems, and workflow. Organizers can automate the repetitive task and reduce the margin for errors. This approach enables team to work more efficient and effectively. Now we'll see the importance of documentation. This one is an introduction. You documentation is we can say it is a blueprint. It is a blueprint of an automaton, which reduce the margin for errors and repetitive tasks, which is used to enhance the efficiently and effectively to teamwork to enhance the teamwork more efficiently and effectively, which is used for. Here we have the picture of this process documentation. Now we'll see the importance of documentation. Well documentation. A well-documented process provide a roadmap for automation, allowing for consistent and reliable execution. Documentation serves as a reference point for a team member, ensures that everyone is on the same page for following best practice. Without proper documentation, automation efforts may be hindered by a confusion and inconsistency. Normally, normally, this importance, what is the importance of documentation? Importance of well documented is used for decreasing the margin error as we seen in previous slide. Without now we will see what will happen without this documentation. Here we having some points without documentation. Without proper documentation, automation efforts may be hindered by confusion and inconsistency. Without blueprint, we will have inconsistency of a data, and we have a uh, what we can say that we have many confusions based upon that automation. Normally, this documentation is used to have a basic knowledge, which is used to share that knowledge to our teammates, such that we will work efficiently and we will save the time. And it increases the reliable execution. It increases the reliability. Now we will see the enhancing collaboration. How we will enhance the collaboration using these documentation. Detailed documentation encourages the collaboration among the team member, promoting the transparency and knowledge sharing. When processes are well documented, team member can easily understand each other, work and contribute effectively. Automation driven by documentation foster a culture of a teamwork and innovation within an organization. Okay. As I told, we have a basic knowledge and which is used to share our teammates. Okay. Yeah. That is called as enhancing collaboration. By using the documentation, we can enhance the collaboration. Automation driven by documentation, foster culture, teamwork, and innovation within the organization. Now we will see about the efficiency and productivity. How these are a part of a documentation. Automation based on the documentation eliminates and needs the manual intervention in repetitive tasks and save the time. By streamlining process through the automation, organizers can increase the productivity and focus the higher value activities. Documentation serves as the foundation for building the efficient automation solution that driven business growth. Now we will see about the adaptability and scalability. Documented process can easily modified and scaled to accommodate changing business needs and requirement. Automation driven by documentation is flexibility and adapted, allowing the organization to respond quickly to market dynamics. Scalability automation solution enables business growth evolves within the mm, efficient or quality. Adaptability. Uh, adaptability means adapting. Or simply we can say uh, admiring a place, or we are comfortable with that place. Adaptability. How much time we will take to make ourselves comfort in a particular place or else etc. That is called as adaptability. Scalability means it is a area. Scalability. Okay. Risk mitigation. Comprehensive documentation reduces the risk of error and inconsistency in automated process. Yes. Process in ensuring the reliability outcomes by documenting potential risk and mitigation strategies. Organizers can be proactively address challenges and minimize the distribution. Automation powered by well-documented procedure and enhance the risk managing practice and promotes the operational resilience. Mainly risk. Risk is a common term in all the sectors, in all the sectors, all the approaches, in all the approaches in our daily life also. Without risk, we are not having any profits. Okay. Okay. It is in the business. Now we will see about the by documentation, we can decrease the risk mitigation. How? By documentation potential, by documenting potential, we can decrease the risk. Here we have identify the risk and the analyzes the risk and evaluating the risk and treat the risk and monitor the review of the risk. These are the steps to minimize the risk which are uh, come through that documentation. Now we'll see the comprehension and governance. Documentation plays a crucial role in an sorry. Comprehension and governance. Documentation plays a crucial role in ensuring the compliance with regulations and industry standards, particularly in highly regulated sectors. Automated process is driven by the documentation facilitate the regulators and compliance the providing a transparent added trail. Governance is a framework. Normally, we can comprehension is plays a crucial role to ensures the comprehension and regulations. And governance is a framework. Here we have it is a part of a documentation. Governance risk and skills training audits, performing monitor policies. All these are the frameworks of the governance. Okay. Now we will see about continuous improvement. Documentation is automation supports a culture of a continuous improvement by enable organization to analyze and optimize processes. Automated workflow driven by documentation provide data insights that can be used to identify the bottleneck and inefficiency. Without the documentation, we can't have the fluent workflow, and the bottleneck. We have the drawbacks like a bottleneck and inefficiency. To overcome these drawbacks, we have the documentation. We have to make a documentation, proper documentation, efficient documentation, such that we can have a continuous improvement. Training and onboarding. Documentation serves as valuable resources for training new employees and the onboarding team member. Automated process based on well-documented procedures, streamlining training process that ensures the consistency and knowledge transfer. By documenting workflow and automation process, organization can empower the employee to quickly ramp up the contribute efficiently. Normally, training and onboarding also come into the documentation. Training which makes man's perfect. Training. These training and onboarding in automata, it is also come under from the documentation, which is a procedure streamlining, which has the data consistency and knowledge transfer. Now we'll see the knowledge management. Documentation is a key. Wait a minute. Documentation is a key component of knowledge management, preserving institutional knowledge and best practices. Automated system driven by documentation if, facilitate knowledge sharing and transfer across the team departments by documenting and automating workflow. Organized can be harnessed collectively intelligence and driven innovations. Now we have some knowledge management life cycle. First one, we can see that knowledge creating. Okay, second one, knowledge sharing. Fourth one, knowledge structure. These two structuring are different. Now here you can see third knowledge structure, information mapping, information storage, information retrieving. But fourth, fourth knowledge structuring, we have in product, service, and process. These both are different. These knowledge sharing and knowledge structure mapped by this knowledge structuring, which have information of mapping, storaging, and retrieving. Now we will see the tools and technologies. Various tools and technologies such as documentation platform and automation software supports the integration of documentation and automation. Document management system enable organization to create, store, and access the documentation efficiently. Automation tools streamline implement or automated process enable organization to leverage documented effectively. Now we will see the best practices. Here we have a flow chart. You can see a step by step. We have 7 steps. First one, we have to research based on that automation. Second one, after researching the facts, we have to take. Third one, the actual writing can begin. Now we have to start working on that. Fourth one, these follows an approval and release the process of at least 2 stages. Fifth one, authoring review. We must now we in third step we have to create. Fourth step we have to release, and fifth step we have to take a reviews. If reviews now sixth step, usability test with a target. Okay, seventh one is publishing and delivering. This is a flowchart of first one. First one, if we have the proper documentation, we have to search based on that automation. Second one, we have to take the important points. Third one, we have to create. Fourth one, we have to take a approval up to 2 stages. Means we have to release the 2 features, at least 2 features. And we have to take the reviews from the people's. Fifth step is that. Sixth step is we have if we having any drawbacks, we have to overcome based on that reviews. And seventh step is publishing and delivering. Now case studies, sharing real world examples and the success stories that demonstrate the importance of documentation driven automation